that he's an Israeli tank commander, and he prefers Centurion tanks with an adapted turret. And he was required to shoot over a hill at night, and he checked the coordinates, and he was shooting into a Palestinian refugee camp.
Oh, God.
Right, so that was when he got out and came to New Zealand. He said, look, all I want to do is meet some nice New Zealand woman, marry and settle down. But I can't even get citizenship because of my links to the Mossad. And
yes.
Let's face it, once a Mossad agent, always a Mossad agent.
Yes.
Yeah, and every Jew in the world is a spy.
Yes.
Every Jew in the world spies for the whole Jewish network, which goes to the Mossad.
I've read the By Way of Deception book by the former Mossad agent, which I found very informative.
Yeah.
Have you done any looking at these false flag attacks going around the world, which appear to be traceable to the Mossad in many instances? I had a previous guest on the show, Adrian Salbucci, who is an expert on the attack on the Israeli embassy in 1992 and on the Jewish Community Center in 1994 in Buenos Aires. And you can now find it. I have a new blog at jamesfetzer.blogspot.com. And also, we've done a lot of work on 9/11, Greg, and we believe that the Mossad was deeply involved in those events, too.
Oh, the Mossad ran it.
Mossad ran it?
Yeah. It was done by Zebra Imaging, did the planes coming in. Like, as far as I can tell, the planes were only ever seen from about 3 miles out.
You're talking about imaging, the images of the planes?
Yeah, they were holograms.
They were holographic?
They were holographic. The explosions were planted, but the explosions didn't really destroy the building. They helped make it collapse at free fall speed, but it seems to have been hit by some sort of laser from space, which they have, HARP technology now, they can do that. So, like, if you look at the tower, here's how you tell it. The tower on top of the Twin Towers, it evaporated as it was falling.
I have some footage from the North Tower collapse where you can see a part of the core columns that remains, and you can watch it turn into dust.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yep. So, the Twin Towers crime is just indicative of all the other crimes that have gone by, including war. Like the Twin Towers was the Pearl Harbor of the Afghan War and the Iraq War. That's all it was.
Yes.
It was just absolutely designed to create war, because people realise now more and more that the wars are run by both sides. It's a complicit operation, and the Karzai is an American agent, very definitely an American agent. He used to work with the CIA and work with Bush. He's just absolutely, very obviously planted there. And Saddam Hussein used to be George Herbert Bush's agent in Iraq.
Well, we have the photographs of Donald Rumsfeld, enthusiastically greeting Saddam Hussein, and of course providing him with the latest in American military equipment, which I think is part of the reason why they thought they could claim that there were weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, because we had provided them to him.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But Saddam was also getting weapons of mass destruction manufactured in Britain, the supergun, right? And
long-range cannon?
The long-range cannon, yeah. So you see, he actually had 2 of those, and he didn't use them. He didn't use them because he was, actually, Saddam was primarily a British agent, but he's both British and American agent. And there were 50 Saddam Hussein doppelgangers.
50.
At least 2 of them were out here. We met a couple of them, interviewed them, and I even saw one walking on the street probably 300 meters from my house.
This is very interesting. I know the mother of the B-1 bomber pilot who actually took out Saddam, his 2 sons, and 60 members of his general staff at a restaurant in the suburbs of Baghdad about 3 months after the invasion. and I had her do a lot of research. He was lionized when he got back to the base. He was told this is the big one when he was given the coordinates. Saddam had been using these Jaguar telephones for communication that were made in Britain, so that we were intercepting all of his communications and triangulated his location. And the captain, his name is Chris Wachter, who flew the plane, was lionized when he got back to the base. They put him on CNN. They gave him the Distinguished Flying Cross. And then someone, we suspect it was Donald Rumsfeld, realized that 3 presidents had signed executive orders against the assassination of a foreign leader. That would be Gerald Ford, Jimmy Carter, and Ronald Reagan. So that if they went ahead with a celebration of the assassination of Saddam aboard the USS Lincoln, that was the mission accomplished fiasco, they would have been vulnerable to criticism of having violated their own law. You might be interested in this, Greg. I had his mother, Yvonne, who turns out to be a very skilled researcher, compile documents to support this. And if you go to 911scholars.org, which is the website for Scholars for 9/11 Truth, an organization I founded, if you scroll down, you'll see the mission accomplished fiasco and at least 10 documents that substantiated in a transcript from one of our interviews. Did you know Joe Vialis? Is that how it's pronounced? Vials? Joe Vials? He was Australian. Did you know him?
No.
Well, he noticed that Saddam, that they were trying, and the real Saddam Hussein had different teeth and a different jaw, and underbite difference. And I got a photograph from the U.S. High Command in Iraq, and I undertook the same comparison, and Vials was exactly right. And Saddam's wife.
When did he do that?
Oh God, let's see. Quite a long.
How long? Like Saddam was captured on the 13th of December, I think it was 2003. How long after that did they identify him? Was it during the court hearing?
I think it was before. I think it was even before the court hearing. But
okay,
I
was actually the first person. I think I was actually the first person to identify that Saddam Hussein was the wrong Saddam.
Good. Right? You were yourself, Greg?
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when who's that? Bruce Willis. When Bruce Willis offered $1 million on Canada TV for anyone leading to the whereabouts of Saddam Hussein, Uday, and Qusay.
Yeah.
I emailed them twice, and I also copied it to the U.S. State Department and the other office they have, claiming the money leading to the whereabouts of Saddam Hussein. And basically, it was primarily that there was the wrong Saddam Hussein, and Uday and Qusay's bodies were false, and you could probably find them at the back of Langley.
Greg,
and if you ask George Herbert Bush where they were, he would definitely know.
Greg, this is absolutely wonderful. We're gonna take our first break. This is Jim Fetzer, your host on The Real Deal, with my very special guest, Greg Hallett. Visit his website, greghallett.com. We're talking about a lot of really important stuff. Stand by. We'll be